all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Beyond. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Beyond, episode 202. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the University of Rochester DeLion, Ryan Clements.
Oh my God,
That's
pretty
what happens.
accurate.
That's what happens when you leave me alone with your college friends.
That's very accurate.
The Newshound, Jim Reilly.
Hey.
Woof. Give him one woof. You don't have to do the two woofs anymore.
No energy today.
Then give him one. Give him
I'm
a
not giving
a
him
woof.
anything.
A woof.
Jim, I don't think you realize
woof
how
or a
much I
whimper?
enjoy the Newshound sound. Please.
Not doing the woof.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
Nope.
Guillermo 316 is
I
crying at his keyboard right now.
No, I'm not doing it.
All right,
Jim,
fine.
way to be a dick.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
God.
You're welcome.
And IGN Community Relations Extraordinaire, former owner of the official Podcast Beyond Turtle, Walter. Don't call him Slopez Lopez.
Yeah, you just did.
I know I didn't. I said don't. I'm letting kids know not to do that anymore. Do
Okay.
not go to my IGN Snakpakk wall and write Slopez sucks. Don't do that, kids. I mean, I enjoy it quite a bit, but you really shouldn't go to Snakpakk.
I'm gonna get a bunch of like, hey,
say,
I'm now calling you Slopez.
tell you what, kids, to show you how much I don't want you to do that, I will hyperlink his name in the Podcast Beyond 200 article, just so you can go to the wall and see that you
There you
haven't
go.
been writing Slopez on his wall.
This sounds like you're just inviting
No!
people.
What? That's not
It's
true.
okay.
How's everybody doing?
I'm great. I'm so excited.
Usually I come into these shows and I'm like, oh, another Podcast Beyond, but I'm actually excited. We're going to have a good show today. Jim, you're tired.
I'm not tired. I feel like I need some McDonald's or something.
I won't lie to you, Jim. On the walk to work today, I actually had a hankering for McDonald's hamburgers, and I thought about talking. I don't eat fast food. I don't like fast food. I don't know why I thought about that. But I thought about it.
You eat like
and I thought of
buffalo
you.
wings for breakfast.
I do eat buffalo wings quite a bit, but that's not fast food. That's good
It's the
food quickly.
same-
Do they still have
food.
hash browns?
Yes, oh no, they stopped that at 10:30.
Do they?
Yeah.
But they
Yeah,
still have it in the
they
menu
still have
though.
them. I had 'em-
Breakfast
I had
menu.
'em
Oh
earlier
yeah, you
this
can
week.
still eat it somewhere.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. It's time to start the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. But before we give the full-on introduction, Christian Sin wrote in to beyond@ign.com to be part of the conversational podcast. And he said, with the recent reveal of Blood Festival content for Infamous 2, I feel it would be appropriate if the Faraway Vampire introduced the Roper Report this week. So everybody knows the Faraway Vampire, of course, a GameScoop legend that somehow made it here. So we'll do that. So it's time for what is and never will be the Roper Report. Time for some news.
I'm glad I don't know what that is.
Yeah, don't worry, you're not missing much, but Christian Sin's a
That's
big fan. Thank you,
amazing.
Christian Sin, for writing in. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a little show going on right now called Gamescom. It's over in Germany.
Little.
Oh wait, no, it's bigger than E3 from what I keep getting told.
Yep.
What did you? How you holding up, Jim? You're the news guy.
I'm doing okay.
You're drowning in news over there. It's coming out of the woodwork left and right.
Yeah, it's like coming out of my ears.
Jim,
Earwax.
what do you think the biggest PlayStation story was out of game?
Biggest
Because
PlayStation-
let's be frank here. PlayStation has owned the Gamescom scene. I'm not saying they've dominated anything. Blah 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 blah. They've just had the most news. They're the ones taking this. It
Clearly,
seems,
the redesigned PSP.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know, there is a new PSP coming to Europe. It is only 99 euros.
Blows my mind.
It has no Wi-Fi capability, but it's compatible with the entire library of PSP games. They said, which I thought was an interesting claim to make. But
The price drop isn't the biggest story either.
what?
The price drop.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, PlayStation 3 has been given a price drop. Now $250 or 250 euros or 20,000 million Japanese euros. No, that's not right. Those aren't the right numbers.
And the
Sounded right to me.
The 32 gig is also now $300 instead of $350.
Exactly. Being packaged with Infamous now in some regions, correct?
There's a special Infamous package too that includes the game and I think a free month of PlayStation Plus.
Which everybody wants. All right, so you just knocked off two of the biggest stories.
Yep.
What is the biggest story?
I think the fucking Infamous 2 DLC or whatever it is.
Infamous 2 Festival of Blood coming this October.
I'm liking that.
Are you really?
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, cool.
It's just so out of left field.
Exactly. I think
Okay.
a lot of people Rockstar turned a lot of heads last year, right, with Undead Nightmare for Red Dead Redemption, this somewhat serious cowboy game. All of a sudden, it's going to be a zombie thing come Halloween time. Now, Infamous flipping the script, doing that again, but now it's vampires.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
I think it's a goofy idea, and I like that there's more Infamous. Like, if you haven't followed this, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need the Infamous disc. You download the standalone game off the PSN in October, and what it is that vampires have invaded New Marais, and Cole gets bitten and turned into a vampire along with a whole bunch of people in the city. city, and he has one night to find and destroy the Vampire King, or everyone will be turned into vampires.
Do we know how much this costs?
We do not know how much it
That's
costs.
gonna be crucial.
Somebody, I had a couple Twitter questions too, asking me if it's gonna have trophies.
It'll have trophies.
Yeah,
probably.
it's a downloadable game. It'll have trophies of it. Why are you laughing so
I
hard?
think one of my favorite. I'm so glad that I tuned into that live stream right towards the end of the show, because I got to watch that trailer live with you, kind of at your desk.
Yeah.
So we were watching it at the same time. We were both getting excited, like, Greg, it's happening. It's more. It might be Infamous 3. What is it? And
Yeah.
it's like Vampire Cole comes out.
Yeah.
Your laugh after that was priceless.
Yeah,
Priceless
there was a
fun.
few moments where like I was watching it with headphones, doing news with Jim and stuff, and like when I knew that I was yelling, like I knew that I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm just like, like when they said we have a new PSP to announce, I lost it. I was like, "What are you?" Because come on now, it's all about the Vita. And speaking of the Vita, Jim, the Vita RAM not being cut like some people were worried about. I know you were
Yes.
big
Yes.
concerned about this.
I was concerned about
Yes.
it. I was making the Facebook pages.
You're starting petitions. Scott Lowe reports on IGN.com that the PlayStation Vita's RAM has not been reduced. It is still 512 megabytes of RAM, as well as 128 megabytes of dedicated VRAM.
Guys, I don't know if you realize this, but the PlayStation Vita is going to be the greatest handheld of all time.
Let's talk about that.
It might sell like five units.
How is it going to sell, Jim?
In this room alone, just 3 buyers.
It will sell well as a start, but I don't think it will do what PSP did.
No, well, yeah, it's going to be a hard one.
What PSP did like 70 million? I think that's what it was.
Colin always knows that he fires that off whenever he
between
talks.
50 and 70, something like that.
So are you not buying it?
I'm
Snapchat?
buying it.
Jim, are you going to buy
Day
it?
one.
I have zero interest in buying.
Okay. And then
PlayStation
Clements, you're buying it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm
buy
thinking
it
of buying.
twice.
I'm thinking of buying the 3G Wi-Fi one.
Me too. Yeah, if it's $50 extra, and
Yeah.
then I don't know how much that plan will be. I want to see what it gets me. That's what I need. That's what they need to sit down and be like,
If it's anything like an iPhone, it's gonna be like $20 for like 2 gigs a month or something, which should be plenty.
yeah. I'll see
I
what
will
it can
say
do. What does
that-
the 3G do? It's not going to allow me to play online. So am I just doing this live area stuff? Am I just leaving packages around the
It
office?
allows
for
you to
Jim to
download games wherever you want.
Okay, that's helpful.
I mean,
Plus all the social networking stuff included. You can have.
But I already have an iPhone for that. That's
And I
the
gotta-
thing.
I'm saying still there.
I
you
know. I'm not knocking it.
I got to think about the fact that there's a Wi-Fi spot in almost every place that I'm in for a long period of time, except
That's
my
true
car.
as well, too.
And
Yeah.
I'm not going to play the Vita while I'm in my car.
I guess
driving
it's true
to
that I
work.
don't miss it on. I like my iPad isn't 3G, and there's only been like one time where I was like, oh, I could have used 3G right here. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I run to Starbucks or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting. Lots to think about.
The one game that they announced though that piqued my interest was
Escape Plan.
Escape Plan, yeah.
Really?
Wow.
I was joking. I
Not
didn't think you'd
Luminous?
actually be super into
I
that.
like that. It's a cool art style, but I mean, I'm not buying a Vita just for it though.
Tell the kids what Escape Plan's all about.
I think it's like it's a black and white looking game. It's like a 2D get to them to the end before they die.
A little bit of
kind
a
thing.
puzzler thing. You got
It's kind of like
little and large.
What's
characters.
that game? That
A
was,
la Lemmings.
Yeah, Lemmings. Maybe.
It reminds me a little bit at first glance of Exit. Remember that PSP game?
No.
Okay.
But you basically have to direct these two guys. I forget their names.
It's Lil, Lil, and then large.
Yeah, direct them to the end of the level.
'Cause
without
one's
dying.
little and one's
Yeah,
large.
by like making them.
They can
Pull in.
they can suck in air and float away, and they can do all this other stuff. Clement's getting excited.
I'm just getting excited just thinking about it. This is I wasn't even this excited for the PlayStation 3 launch. I don't
See, that's
think.
the thing, right? And it's gonna be interesting to see the launch lineup. That's
Yeah.
what I'm really interesting
Yeah.
on, because we keep talking about not us, but everybody talking about 3DS not having that solid launch lineup. That's why it didn't sell. That's why there's a price drop. Here they are. They also finally said the Resistance Vita game. They showed it. Resistance: Burning Skies. Obviously, Colin liked it. Colin Moriarty is actually at Gamescom. That's why he's not on the show. He's a big Resistance fan.
We probably should have mentioned that. huh?
Yeah, we get to it.
All right.
He went and played it.
Hey, what'd you think of that, Greg?
It looks like I'm not at all excited for the touchscreen meleeing. Like you're a fireman in New York. This is before Resistance 2, so it's in between Resistance 1 and Resistance 2. And the Chimera come to America pretty much. You're the first line of defense. You're a firefighter. You have this little axe you can run with, and they were using it by tapping the front screen. It looked interesting. I'm not a giant first-person shooter fan. Like I'm still slowly getting excited for Resistance 3 here in a couple weeks, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But Colin liked it, but the real story was that Tina from 1UP, a huge first-person shooter fan who doesn't like handhelds all that much from what she says, or at least maybe didn't like the PSP that much, totally sold, like totally in love with this, was IMing me from Germany about how good it was, so interesting. What did you think of it?
I just think it's more of the same. Like
well, yeah,
Uncharted looks like Uncharted, Resistant. I mean,
that doesn't excite you.
I don't really want to play those games on a handheld.
See, I totally do. Like that's the thing for a plane ride. I would love to. I really want Uncharted Golden Abyss. I really want Resistance. I guess you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like Stardust, stuff like that. I'm
I
looking
want
forward to
that Gravity Days or whatever. That game looks badass.
Little
too.
Big Planet. It's gonna be so good too. Like even Anthony was talking about how much he liked that based on the. Oh my god! Don't hyperventilate.
I'm sorry. I'm going to ask the dumbest question of the podcast. Are you
Okay.
ready, Greg?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry in
okay.
advance.
It's not coming out this year in North America.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know.
That was a
if we-
question. Yeah, it's confirmed not coming out. Japan Japan holiday release, and then that. Are those notes for me or are those notes for yourself?
I'm trying to make sense of firemen being the first line of defense against the invasion.
Oh, okay. New York is what I meant. Sorry, like they're coming to. They make landfall in New York City, and there's a fireman there.
Okay.
Everybody knows they're the real heroes. Maybe you forgot. Did you forget? Have you forgotten?
Never forget.
Don't forget. Never
Sing
forget.
that song that reminds me of
Have
everything.
you forgotten
Oh, no.
about our Pentagon? All the love. All right, we'll stop there.
Well,
But that's
do
a great song.
we-
Everybody should go get Daryl Worley's "Have You
real
Forgotten."
song.
A real song. I sing it at karaoke all the time. Mixed reactions to that one, believe it or not.
Newshound.
I was saying they also announced a couple Move games, Move Fitness, and.
I was going to ask you, did we have an official release date for the
No.
U.S.? Damn it.
No, there's nothing yet.
Would be
No
funny if
official
they just didn't bring it. They just pull a Nintendo of America and they don't bring some of their most promising products over to the
That would
United
make
States.
me very sad. Real quick, before we move on, remember, if you want to be part of the show, email us at beyond@ign.com. Just like Oliver did. He said the new Uncharted Golden Abyss trailer blew my socks away. Not off, just away. They're gone.
Wait, you mean Uncharted 3?
No, he's talking about... There was a trailer out of
Vita.
Gamescom as well.
Oh.
He's talking about Golden Abyss trailer.
It wasn't at the press conference?
Correct.
Okay.
Blew my socks away. Do you think the game will be ready by launch? And if so, do you think what are the chances of it being bundled with the Vita? Oliver,
It has to be a launch title.
I've reached out to Sony and they are not prepared to say if it's anything.
but I think it will be a launch title.
You think so?
I think
Yeah.
for North America it will be. It's delayed over here.
Yeah,
so,
I don't
right?
think it'll be.
That's
in
true.
Japan,
That's very
but
true, actually.
I
wouldn't be
think
surprised if you
one of the
bundled it
reasons
with
why it's not coming out in North America this year is because they want Uncharted for it next year.
That's cool.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for the Vita. Like, and it's one of those things where when they first announced it, I was like, it looks cool, I'll buy it, sure. And like, the more and more we talk about it, and the more I get to see some of these games, I'm excited about it. I love wasting my money and making bad
It's not a waste.
decisions.
It's not a waste if you're having a good
What
time.
about when I can't feed Portillo
Oh,
anymore?
God.
Lord.
Little port.
I'm
Jimmy,
really concerned about that gentleman's socks.
they've
Do you
been
want-
blown away.
Should we go on a mission to
Yes.
find them?
We have more
Right.
clothing problems coming up with our listeners. But
Oh,
we'll
no.
save that- we'll save that
Oh no.
for- Jim, a couple Move titles announced.
Move Fitness and the Dance Move.
The Dance Move game we thought was new, Dance Star Party, but it's actually the rename. It's a rename version of what we saw at E3, which was Everybody Dance, which is a really bad name, but I like Dance Star Party at least better.
Everybody dance.
Hey, all I'm saying is dance titles.
Sorry.
Dance titles top selling genre in gaming.
Yeah, well, for like the Just Dance, right?
Yeah.
Well, how
Well,
did
Just
how does
Dance
Sing Star
and-
Dance do?
I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't do well, I bet. Clements, you saw the Just Dance or whatever the Dance Star presentation when it was just people dancing on the stage.
Oh yeah, that part was awesome. I mean, that game should just be just a DVD with.
I love that you
their
say that, and like
performance on it.
everybody they show this game, they show the trailer. Again, if you've seen Sing Star Dance, imagine Sing Star Dance without the microphones. That's all it is, just moving the move wands around, dancing like that. But then they stop and they do a 2 or 3 minute presentation of people just dancing on stage. And this is when I yelled at Clements to turn on his live stream.
Yep,
It's Germany.
it was good. It was good. That was a really
That's
good.
no excuse.
That was good choreography.
Here's the one thing they got to learn for future German press conferences: they got to turn off the mics.
Yeah.
There was a couple times where people left the stage and then started having other conversations.
The flashes were blinding.
The flashes were blinding me. No, I'm not going out there yet. No, this is at the end of the dance thing. No, I'm not. I'm not going out there. They're gonna bow. Well, she's wrong. And then they bowed, and then the guy came back out on stage to talk. I was like,
Okay,
Caesar.
the new SCEE president is terrible.
okay, now don't say like that.
In terms of public
Stage
speaking,
presentation?
yeah.
That's
he
a-
was licking his lips way too much.
That is a big thing to step into. All right, go back and look
well,
at Jack.
fucking practice.
Look
okay?
at Jack Trenton's
Hey,
first
first of
time
all-
at bat. All right,
First of all, LL Cool J licks his lips all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that man's music.
it's true. Mama said knock you out, Jim. I'm gonna knock you out. Anyways, no, I come on now. Give him. Let's see how. Let's see
All
at
right,
GDC
let's see,
how he's
all
performing.
right, okay.
Give him a year, or pretty much a year.
I don't
or
think
so.
you realize how stressful that role is, being up on stage with millions and millions of people watching you. Millions
Millions
upon millions.
Some can't even understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Did we hit all the Sony news?
No,
from
there's
the
still
conference?
there's still more. From the conference. No. Here, let's jump back to Vita for a second. They announced Ubisoft is bringing some of their biggest things to Vita.
Shocker.
Assassin's Creed, Rayman, and Luminous, which I'm very excited for because I'm a big Luminous fan.
I love Luminous.
I'm excited tentatively. Like
Hey,
I wasn't a big
remember when
fan
they
of
announced that
Bloodlines.
Assassin's Creed game for 3DS and then canceled it?
I remember when they announced Assassin's Creed Bloodlines for PSP and it came out and it wasn't that great, but it came out. Yeah, Jim.
Heavenly skies above. I want a little bit. It's a Luminous song.
Oh,
it's one of the Genki Rocket songs.
Okay, sorry.
That you can download into Luminous. Someone will know. Someone will email us and say, I knew
I'm sure
that song.
someone will know. I'm sure they will. Shush. Before Ninja Gaiden 3 has move support.
Who cares?
Yeah, I know, right? You have to wave your hands.
Wait, I missed it. What did
Ninja
you just
Gaiden
say?
3 has move support.
Okay, yeah, I agree with
Ninja
you.
Gaiden, a very usually punishing game.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be out there with like trying to swing around and not get killed and whatever.
Yeah.
From my understanding too, Ninja Gaiden 3 isn't going to be that good.
Okay.
From-
where you
From the E3 impressions,
okay.
if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden, it has a dedicated following, but it's not like
It doesn't do it for me.
gangbusters, as they
Yeah.
say.
Just play Dark Souls, October 4th.
Oh, okay. Well, we have some Dark Souls questions, so you save it. You put a pin in that thought, will you, please?
Okay.
Let's see some other news. Battlefield 3 has a co-op mode. I might play that.
Who cares?
That look like fun. Shut up, dude.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Oh, hold on. Actually, hold on. You talk a little bit more about being fun, Walter. Fill some time.
I'm gonna play on a PC because it looks better on a PC, but it looks fun for the consoles, and I really don't like
Thank
the
you,
fact
that's
that.
perfect.
Okay.
I don't think they've really shown it off on PC yet as much.
The co-op?
Battlefield 3.
No, they have.
Everything-
that whole debut thing was
That new trailer was all PC.
Okay, well the demo, the Gamescom demo was on PS3.
PS3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Clements,
Yes.
as 1/3 of the core Beyond cast.
Yes.
I have a question for you from
I'm
Jose.
ready.
Jose wrote into Beyond at
Hello,
IGN.com.
Jose.
Hi, he says.
Hi.
I was just wondering, why do you guys include the guy from the last podcast? This is Jim, everybody. He's so freaking negative. He reminds me of the kid at school who always knew everything and had to make you feel stupid for liking something. Well, anyways, love number 200.
Wait, so
Jim, you care to answer?
Wait, I'm
why do we
confused.
include Jim?
why do we include
He's so
Jim?
negative. He's turning Jose off.
What? Jim isn't negative.
He just shat all over Ninja Gaiden. He's not buying a Vita.
Him expressing disinterest isn't shatting all
Well,
over it.
there you
though.
go. I'm glad you took-
Someone's got a sort of balanced Collins enthusiasm a bit
Really?
on
Wow.
the show.
I've never heard anyone. Usually when it's enthusiasm, it's followed by me.
Yeah, it never.
No,
Collins.
Collins even more enthusiastic.
See, I disagree. Colin, I mean, he's enthusiastic, sure, but Colin takes him to task when he has to.
Yeah.
You don't agree with that one?
Greg. Let's go to the next question.
All right, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Danger's getting a sequel. Damon Hatfield's very excited.
Cool.
Okay.
Is he the only one excited?
Well, remember that's always the joke that Damon Hatfield loves Joe Danger, and the rest of us are all like, oh yeah, that's fun, sure. All right.
Well, this one you can make your own movies or something in it. I don't know. What's going on? It's called,
You know what I love? I love that I talked to Jim this morning, and he was like, "I don't have the energy to show emotion on my face."
Yeah.
And then he comes on a podcast. It's
Well, this
amazing.
is good. This is the Jim energy we want.
it wasn't like the gym energy from the other night when I was eating Frosted Flakes and Mountain Dew.
I'll tell you what. I was having an IM conversation while me and Jim were working late the other night. Jim Reilly was on fire. The funniest conversation I've ever had with the man.
Yeah.
Because it was like above the normal Jim Reilly levels to where he was like joking around like a normal person, but then the Mountain Dew took it to another level where out of the blue he was talking about sharks and how horrible these sharks are. They're just killing machines. They just eat all day.
I was reading about sharks earlier this week.
Okay. Rounding out the Rover Report, SOE gave some downloadable PSN games release dates. Richard has a 9/27. That's September 27th release date.
Oh, nice.
Payday the Heist, 10/4, good buddy, October 4th. And then Sideway, 10/11, October 11th. Those are all coming to the PSN and some of them to the PC. I'm excited for all those games. I'm a big fan of every one of those I've seen or played.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Before we finish talking about Gamescom, let's make sure we mention that we have all those People Choice Awards going on.
Oh, yeah, I have it over
there.
here.
Oh, you have it? All right,
Yeah,
cool. I
I'll-
printed it out too. You go for it.
Okay, well, you do the one at the end of the show. I'll do the one right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've been checking IGN.com like you do every freaking day for all the Gamescom news.
When it works.
Yeah, when it works. We've been moving servers, so sorry about how rickety it was in the beginning of the week, but we're better now. We're better.
Yeah, we're good.
So what we want you to do is go vote in the People's Choice Awards for what you think had the best showing at Gamescom. We know you haven't played it. You are not voting for Game of the Year. Calm down. Just go and pick the game you are most excited for coming out of that. What you need to do is go to this website, all lowercase, go.ign.com/2011, that's 2011 PCA, People's Choice Awards.
Yes.
All lowercase. Go vote. Have some fun.
Vote Dark Souls.
Why not?
That's like our. I
Battlefield.
mean, that's our site. We're not telling you to go vote on some
Oh,
random
no,
site.
yeah,
This
it's an
is
IGN thing. If
Yes,
you
yes.
went to IGN.com, you could run into it eventually, but that's just
Yes.
a direct link to where you need to be.
Go vote for Battlefield 3.
Okay. You're that excited for it?
Yeah.
Are you
Snakpakk's
gonna,
vote?
will you get it on PS3 and play co-op with me?
Yeah, I'm getting it on PS3 and PC.
Oh, look at you. Gosh. So dedicated.
I have a laptop that can run it on high. I'm gonna fucking enjoy it.
Okay, good.
Hell yeah.
And
I
then,
wouldn't buy a dice game at launch.
Why?
They never work.
Well, that's every game at launch time.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Okay.
You just play the single player first.
Yeah.
And you do the multiplayer.
There you go.
When it works.
That's what I do anyway. I don't know about you guys. So I play single player all the way through, then I jump into multiplayer.
Yeah, I like to do that.
That's exactly
too.
how
I'm
I
still
do.
waiting for Bethesda to fix Fallout New Vegas.
That patch is right around the corner. Don't worry. You can wear your cowboy hat on
I think
the
they're doing
Strip
2 more patches planned for it. So once
That's
that,
still one of my favorite Colin stories of all time. He's like, I had to have this hat.
If I didn't have the hat, the game would break. And then final Roper Report thing before we get to some promotion for IGN. The NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV is going to come to the PS3. So if you have a PS3, you can get this NFL Sunday Ticket, which is a DirecTV thing. You don't have to subscribe to DirecTV. That's an answer for Clint, who asked me. You don't need to subscribe to DirecTV. You just need to buy the Sunday package thing for your PS3. Then you can watch any game that's out of market. So if it's not on normal TV in your area, you can watch them. Jim Reilly, how much would you pay for this deal?
I pay $50.
Walter Lopez.
It will have to be less than the MLB ticket, which I paid for,
Isn't it
which is like $100.
Yeah. Clements, if it was K-pop videos, how much would you?
I would pay a fair amount for K-pop videos.
The answer that they are asking for $340 for this package.
Yikes. Way too much.
That's comparable to the package if you had DirecTV already, but
If you're
you
smart,
just want the NFL part.
if you're smart, you can pretty much watch all the games for free on the internet.
No, that's stealing though.
I know.
And it's not as fun. I don't know. I'd like to do it, but that is a very steep price.
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
think I
that's a
will
lot of-
be investing in that one. Because the you gotta weigh it if you went to the bar every Sunday, right? And you get your burger, you get your beer,
That's
or
fun.
2, 3, or 4. Yeah, and you're socializing, you're seeing other people.
Yeah.
But if you could save, somehow that would cost more than that, but hard to say.
Then you gotta plan ahead in case there's a firmware update.
It's true. You do need to do that, but I'm sure most people are.
watch the game.
Most people are PlayStation Plus members. I'm sure they would have their automatic downloads turned on, getting them firmwares left and right. Roper Report officially done. Officially closed. However, here's some self-promotion, shameless self-promotion. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, PAX, Penny Arcade Expo, is next week, and IGN is going to be there in full force. The panel you can't miss is the IGN Don't Hate Us Because We're Beautiful GameScoop Live podcast.
No, I read this.
Can I finish the details and then you can ask me the
Okay.
goddamn question about it? IGN, Don't Hate Us Because We're Beautiful, GameScoop Live podcast. This is in the Serpent Theater, Friday from 1:30 to 2:30. What is your question about the
So
panel?
I read the description.
Yes.
And so it's basically just be a bunch of haters asking you why.
No, it's us responding to the people who hate us.
Okay.
Like, I've been going through... basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, IGN's the #1 video game website, right? That's great and all. And you love it, obviously, because you listen to the show or whatever. But there are a lot of people who take offense to us like this. People in our own industry who talk a lot of shit on Twitter about it, say stupid things on podcasts. And then, of course, there's the kids, like the one who, out of the blue, tweeted me the other day, Greg Miller can go... Game Over Greggy on Twitter can go suck a tailpipe. He's a cunt. And I responded back, thanks for listening and reading. And he responded back, I do neither. Well, how do you know you hate me then? Where are you? Anyways, This is the kind of thing we have to deal with. We're doing a podcast talking about, basically, the first 30 minutes talking about, hey, look at all these dumb comments, what we think, how we react to them, what we do with them. Then we go into question and answers with you. If you are a hater and you want to come out and ask the questions about how much we get paid for our reviews and stuff, feel free. We want to fill the room, so bring all your friends, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tell everybody to come to it. We'll have a good time, as usual. I'm sure there'll be giveaways and goodies and surprises galore. Remember, so IGN GameScoop panel, Friday, 1:30, Serpent Theater. However, that night then at GameWorks, IGN/1UP Party. That's Friday, second floor of GameWorks, 6 to 10 o'clock. Come on out at PAX. And then there are also a bunch of other things happening. So also on Friday, 10:30, there's the 1UP Oddcast. Retronauts is Friday at 3 o'clock in the Kraken Theater. 1UP Oddcast is in Serpent, so you could just probably sit there all day long. Wait for 1UP to get done with, then you wait for the Game Scoops. It'll be great. And then Damon is actually DJing his set while he's there. Saturday, 10 o'clock, Temple Billiards.
And he's filming a video.
Yes, he's filming a music video. So basically, this is your weekend, ladies and gentlemen, to come hang out with us. I will be getting Panda left and right. Again, too, I don't know if I talked about it on this podcast. I'm going up there as just to go. I'm not going to actually work. I'm going to blog and, like I did last year, go on people's podcasts. So make sure you reach out to us at beyond@ign.com or gmail@ign.com if you want to book me for something
They know
to show
your
up and do.
email.
Yeah, I give it out all the time. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Don't send Beyond questions to Gmail. That's just for if you want to hang out at PAX.
Well, now they know
specifically.
my email
Oh yeah, it's a tough nut to crack.
and Clemence's email.
I give out my email all the
They might
time,
know
and then
mine, too.
people, Snakpakk@ign.com. Oh my gosh, Ryan.
Oh man,
That was
that's
a
good.
mouthful of
Yeah,
content,
dude, but you
man.
did it.
Yeah.
You went through it just fine.
In normal Podcast Beyond Fashion, though,
Right.
Colin's gone, so I remembered to get the Roper report and forgot to get what games are coming to the stores. What games came out in retail today? And also, this is the official list of upcoming. The official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors. We have no idea. Oh God!
Did No More Heroes come out this week?
Yes, No More Heroes came out.
Yes.
Jack reviewed it, 7.5.
Are you sure,
right?
you sure it came out this week?
I'm positive it came out
Or
this
is it
week.
this week, I mean?
Yes. Jack liked it. It still had the problems as before, but you can use the move. It's fun. You get
I was
trophies.
watching him play. It looked pretty good.
I still want to play it. I'm gonna jump in on that.
I'll get it for cheap.
Yeah. I'm sure some other stuff came out. You should probably, go to the store and ask people.
I have the digital stuff.
Yeah, what came out digitally? That's easy.
That's easy enough. On the
Oh,
PlayStation.
El Shaddai this week?
Oh, that's right.
Ooh, stay away from El Shaddai, says Colin Moriarty.
Yeah,
5.0.
And other people say that he's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a
throwing
big
it out there.
surprise. I'm sure there'll be a
Just
good.
about every other gaming outlet.
There'll be a question in there about it. There'll be a thing in my presentation at PAX about. the
No,
El Shaddai.
I'm just saying. Here, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys because it's a conversational podcast. I want to play that game. I think it looks cool. I'm
Looks
gonna
cool,
check it out.
but I watched Colin play a lot of it. And
Me too.
It's pretty boring.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right.
Here, I'll let somebody in something as well. Everybody.
Okay.
Reviews are just opinions.
Yeah.
Do what you. If you
Yep.
listen to Colin on this show and you think he's an idiot, well then, yeah, probably. I don't know if you need to worry about it, but he works at IGN and we trust him, and that's why he reviews
Oh
games.
no, I trust his review. I'm sure
Yeah.
it will be an accurate and fair opinion. I'm just saying I'm still interested. That might be a game I'll still check out on my own time.
Gotcha.
But
Jim,
if you,
I'm turning on this light. I can't do it anymore.
No, don't turn it on.
It's not. You're gonna adjust to it, ladies and
what?
gentlemen. The podcast room is so dark.
yeah,
Turn
it
it
is.
off.
You can
Turn it
handle
off. Turn it off.
No. All right.
Turn
here we go.
the light off.
Jim.
Turn the light on.
Can I strobe it?
Thank you. No. There. Continue.
Don't let Jim tell you what you could do. You're the boss here.
I like Jim though. I like making him happy. Look at him. His life's so shitty. I gotta give him these little bones.
I went to the dentist the other day because I had a chip in
Yeah.
my tooth. I
Yeah.
thought it was a cavity. It wasn't a cavity.
Good. So how are your teeth holding up?
Good.
All right. Remember how many cavities did you have that one
I
time?
had about 19.
19 cavities. Ladies and gentlemen, brush your teeth. Wear your retainer.
No, it wasn't the brushing. It was the flossing was the issue.
Oh, yeah, they're all on the sides and stuff?
Yeah, so floss your fucking teeth.
Okay. The more you know. All right, sorry. Digital stuff.
No problem. We got Medal of Honor Frontline for $14.99. We got a demo for Driver San Francisco. It's a
Multiplayer.
multiplayer demo. I'm actually going to check that out because that was. By the way, guys, I really like watching Freddie Wong on YouTube.
Yeah.
Freddie W, one of my favorite channels. They do a lot of special effects videos. When they went to E3, their game of the show was Driver San Francisco because they always pick the game that they have the most fun with.
The San Francisco, I mean, first off, like we've talked about in the show before, for Google GameScoop Tunes, what the WTF is Driver San Francisco about, or whatever it is. You can see my whole rant about the coma mode and everything else. The story's a B movie, so that's goofy, but the actual gameplay of it's fun. You get to warp out of it, and it works as multiplayer.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to play because I don't get to drive in San Francisco.
Lol.
All right. And then we got an old classic coming to the PlayStation Store this week. It's,
Blow some dust off
Is
it.
it Breath of Fire 4?
yeah, it's Breath of Fire 4.
Look at me.
Look at you. Journey with Ryu as he teams up with other warriors to stop an immortal emperor and save the world.
Oh, I will.
All right.
I think
Snakpack's going to do
Breath
it.
of Fire
Why
3
not
is
you?
a better game.
As soon as I
Also-
get my PlayStation back because it broke it.
Oh, that's right. Now, Greg.
Yeah.
We have some minis this week.
Oh, thank
They're still
heaven.
still making those, huh?
Yeah, Rubenstein and his wife and little
Cracking 'em
baby.
out.
Oh, the baby's at it now,
The
too.
baby is
oh,
at
my
it. The
gosh.
baby's turning a little gear, making the minis pop out of the conveyor belt hole. So we have Gameocracy 1, Legend of Robot.
Good one.
All right. We have OMG-Z. Oh my God, Z. Oh my Gods. And then we have Dr. Maybe and the Adventures of Scary Girl.
Hold the frickin' phone.
What, Greg?
Special segment, reader mini review.
Ready for it.
All right, this one comes from Andy Torres. He wrote into Beyond at IGN.com with his reader mini review.
Of what game?
Dr. Maybe and the Adventures of Scary Girl. Subhead, a horribly scary game. Review. Ah, Scary Girl. Your little eye patch and hook hand charm me into thinking that I would be playing a cute little platformer with an interesting art style. Alas, that was not so. On your search to find the person who took away your memory and is now haunting your dreams, the infamous Dr. Maybe, I found you to be a very boring and temperamental platformer. You can either stomp on enemies a la Mario Brothers, or spin and hit them with your scarf. Both of these attacks are problematic as the hit detection is piss poor. Enemies often hit you before you hit them. The platforming has the same problem as it is difficult to determine what you can and can't jump on. Sometimes you can grab ledges, but most of the time you have to struggle to find the single pixel you can latch onto, which is often in the middle of a platform, not on the edge. I could have spent more time with you, scary girl, but you broke my heart and gouged my eyes off with your bland art style. For shame. Thank you, Andy Torres.
Yeah, there we go.
Readers, if you want to buy these overpriced minis and send in reviews, go ahead and send them to Beyond at IGN.com.
Basically, we only review minis that are actually really good at this point.
Yep.
If that.
That's why I don't see many. Yeah, it's just like, oh, God. That, if you ask me, that is what I think they need to change the most about the Vita, right? Is not do minis, ditch the mini name, and like how how we reported a while ago that they were giving away Vita development kits for free. Hopefully, you're gonna see 99-cent apps move over, right?
Well, yeah.
You have this touch screen. That's one of the whole reasons you put it in there. I'm assuming, right? Is that way iPhone developers can just say, "Oh, here's my game."
I want a fart app.
Okay.
On the Vita.
Well, I'm sure Z Enterprises is working hard on it. It's not enough. You should do it.
Isn't that Roper's development?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Podcast Beyond alum Chris Roper. If you got the iPhone, you got the iPod Touch, get on there and go to Z Industries, buy one of his
Z
Industries?
Enterprises.
Oh,
He had,
I think
the,
it's Enterprises.
he had the metal riff one. I like that one.
Yeah, Metal Riff one. I still like Super Fortune Cookie.
Yeah,
Super
okay.
Fortune Cookie. That was a good one.
Yeah.
And Sexy Time Fun, the foreplay app.
Oh, jeez.
These are all available on the
For
iPhone.
some reason, it was like I got this Sexy Time app, and I know it came from a former boss.
Yeah, that was the weird part.
I was like reading these things. I was like, I'm just picturing Roper do all
Yes,
this.
exactly. I read it in Chris Roper's voice. I was like, oh, God, I don't want that. All right. Is that the report there?
Yeah, that was it.
You got any other special segments?
Let me look.
Because we got a whole bunch of reader mail.
Yeah, I'm right. Let's do reader mail.
Let's kick it off with the first question.
Mail call, etc.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done that. Somebody asked about that.
Mail
Mail,
stream.
mail call, mail pattern baldness.
Yeah.
Ryan.
What? What happened,
Question for
Look
you.
for it.
Dude,
because
I'm
you
fucking pumped,
missed
man.
the
I just saw that Ken Block video.
Yeah.
It's him running around that really expensive rally car.
Okay.
I'm still pumped from that shit.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Cool.
Addison Scott writes into Beyond at IGN.com. He says, hey, guys.
Tentacles.
I'm just writing in because I would like to hear Ryan's thoughts on episode 200 since he wasn't there to comment last week. Everyone there was obviously enjoying themselves greatly, but in the video feed you could really tell that Ryan was having a total blast, and I thought he might have something interesting to say. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we did a live podcast for episode 200, invited 100 fans out here at San Francisco, partied the night away with them. You can watch it on YouTube. Ryan was not on last week's show, so here are his impressions.
Awesome. No, it was. I mean, that was truly one of that will probably be one of my favorite memories of my my time here at IGN thus far. And it was not only a blast to. I think we were all pretty nervous at the beginning. Well, I was.
Greg Miller wasn't.
I was nervous at the beginning because I just wanted everything to go well. I didn't want to knock my microphone over and tip my water. Those silly little things. But once
About
we got
5 minutes removed from the show, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to live stream it. So that was
that was really like we were. It was just a very stressful day leading up to it. But as soon as we got into the flow and we saw everybody's smiling faces, and Snakpakk just roving the floor and tweets. I still don't know how he did that. The tweets were coming in on the iPad. I didn't know how.
I
they were
believe
doing that.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam took over.
Sam took over the tweetage. Sam Kennedy from One Up. He was sending us the tweets while Snakpakk roamed the floor.
And I knew that I was safe because if anybody charged that stage with a knife, Snakpakk would be there.
There was a discussion, ladies and gentlemen, off air in the weeks leading up to the show that Ryan wanted more security upstairs in case somebody rushed to the table.
I'm just joking. But,
I know.
Well,
now it's serious.
But now it's
serious.
Now
First
it's
off,
dead serious.
Ugly Machine. Wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. All right.
Yeah, she looks like
she's from Canada, Canadian terrorist.
Yep.
The only reason I go to PAX is to make sure no one charges the stage.
All right.
Well, you follow
do
me around
nothing
PAX.
else.
Yeah.
I
If
do
you see
nothing
me at
else.
PAX and you don't see Lopez by me, he's in the wings.
I'm there.
He's waiting. He's just waiting. And obviously being able to debut Danny's World is Saved was just a pleasure. And actually, I have a final letter from Ikublai, our Eskimo friend.
Ikublai.
Yeah, so we can say that maybe for the end? Or what do you
that's
wanna do?
fine. That's great. Before we get off the subject of 200, though, we read a letter last week from Kalen, who was the guy who came to Beyond, got a whole bunch of stuff, had his car broken into, his PSP was stolen, his computer was stolen, a whole bunch of stuff was stolen. Scott Lowe and everyone on the show asked for help if we could help him get it back on his feet. Kalen wrote in and said, it's not as bad as it seems. I have some insurance, so they've covered about half the cost of what got stolen, which isn't good at all. So in true Beyond fashion, Yaron Donin from Israel wrote in. He says, Beyond to all of you, and welcome back, Ryan.
Beyond.
First of all, let me thank you again for Podcast Beyond 200. It was great to meet everyone, and the Uncharted swag was just the icing on a very awesome cake. Enclosed is my PSP, which is gathering dust at the moment, so I figured it could be put to good use by the fan that got all his stuff stolen. The charger is 220 volts, and it wouldn't work in the US, so I didn't send it. After talking to Greg, he said he would send it along, blah, blah, blah. So... that's awesome. And I'm probably saying your name. Yarin? Is that not right?
I think it's just Yar.
Yar? Okay.
Yar.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah,
I guess I'm adding it in.
I'm sorry, it's
I'm adding letters that aren't there.
Yair. I think there's like an accent at the end.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much for doing
that. That dude was awesome.
Yeah. He had one question for the show. He said, I do have a question if I'm already here. Do you guys think there will be a Jak 4 or a Jak and Dexter HD collection? Not necessarily by Naughty Dog, but something like Sony.
Yes.
Yes.
I could see it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That and a Ratchet one as well.
I'm working on it right now.
Man, do we need... the Ratchet ones I don't think we need.
No, we don't.
I mean, if they're easy and they're going to make money, sure, they're going to do it. But...
if you got a Sly Cooper one, you're going to get a Ratchet one.
But, like, there was no Sly Cooper already on the PS3. You know what I mean? Like, they did the collection, and now Sly 4 is coming. Now, there's been 2 Ratchet and Clank games on the PS3 already.
3.
Well, I mean, I guess when you look
at
at the pattern of those, they've released a HD collection of a game before, like, a PS3 version comes out.
True.
So I don't know.
Okay.
They sell a lot, though. God of War's over 1 million.
It'll be interesting to see how these PSP ones do. God of War Origins.
Greg.
Yeah.
I'm still pumped.
I want...
about the show?
About Vita and the show.
Okay, good. You having a good
Metal
show?
Gear is pretty good looking, too, I think.
I do like Metal Gear quite a bit. John writes in. He says, Beyond. Gentlemen, what do you think Sony's best moment from Gamescom 2011 was so far, and did they have a worst? Jim, you watched the conference. Best and worst moment.
Best moment.
I like when that thing happened at one time.
All right, Snakpakk, you shut the hell up.
I don't really have a best or worst moment.
Okay,
Well, it wasn't a really good show overall.
Was the worst moment the Dark Souls trailer that disappointed you, apparently?
Was that actually debuted at the...
No, it was not.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the Dark Souls trailer wasn't very good.
We'll get to more Dark Souls here in a second.
Okay.
That'll be the next question. I'm starring it, so I don't forget. I think the best moment probably was... I guess the price. I mean, none of them were. I guess I yelled a lot during the Infamous announcement. Like that was a pretty good one.
And with the Infamous thing and then the PSP thing, it was kind of like just weird stuff.
Those are great moments. Yeah, the PSP moment will go down as what the hell?
We were all crowded around Jim's desk at that point, and I just didn't even know what was happening.
Worst moment for sure was the dancing. The dancing went on way too long. Sorry, it had nothing to do with anything.
Fuck you, bro.
Clements, best and worst.
Well, that's the trouble. I didn't know where to find the live stream, and I didn't want to bother you while it was going on, so I had missed 3/4 of the conference.
Okay.
So the best,
the worst and the best were the part
the
you
worst
missed.
was all the parts that I missed, and then the best was probably I don't know. Anything was there Vita stuff? I don't.
Yeah, they debuted Resistance there.
All right, yeah, then that'll be that'll be that.
Yeah.
You got anything Snakpakk, Dad?
Well, I spent the day just kind of reading over like readers' comments. That's majority of my job, just make sure what the community's saying. And they were all did the what the fuck with the PSP thing.
Yeah.
And then the Cole thing was just a big joke for everyone. They're like True Blood.
Yeah, well, well, there's gonna be plenty of True Blood references in there. True Blood, of course, happens in Louisiana. New Marais, supposed to be in Louisiana.
I would say those are the 2 biggest things.
All right. Jim. Adrian, a.k.a. Ferb Dog, is putting you in the hot seat with 2 Demon Souls, Dark Souls questions. Number 1, are the servers for Demon Souls still getting shut down in October to make way for Dark Souls?
There's nothing new on that front.
Okay. Number 2, with Dark Souls being...
Okay, but just to clarify, Atlas has said October is the new date that they're setting. May not be the last date.
Okay.
We don't know yet.
To turn off the Demon Souls servers.
Yeah.
Okay. You can still play it offline,
for North America, you can still play it offline. Still get the platinum,
Okay.
That's the most important thing. Get that platinum.
Number 2. With Dark Souls being for both PS3 and 360, how would the experience be different if there was no cross-game chat on the PS3 like you can do on the 360? That was one of the unique things about Demon Souls, making you feel like you were actually fighting with a spirit/soul by your side.
You know what? That's a pretty good question. I never actually thought about that. I would still play it on PS3, regardless.
Why is that?
It's going to be the superior version, and more people are going to be on it, on the servers.
Gotcha.
Online.
Is there any there's no reward or anything for having a Demon Souls save or anything, is there?
No, and I'm used to the control. The controls are basically the same from Demon Souls, so if you play it on PS3, same controls.
You got a leg up.
Is the developer still from?
Yep.
Okay. Man, they do some good stuff.
Yeah,
I like
They're
them.
doing Steel Battalion as well.
Yeah, and they're doing Armored Core 5. Woo!
Ferb signs off by saying, "Love the podcast, Beyond."
Beyond.
And 3 barks for the Newshound.
Not doing it.
He's giving them to you.
He's giving it to you.
Yeah.
He's not
Okay,
requesting.
I don't
He's
know
not
that.
requesting.
I don't know if that is good.
Oh God, I talked about the clothes. I talked about the problems with clothes from readers. Ben writes in, "There's no way I'm the only one who shit their pants when they saw the Gamescom Uncharted footage, right? And I'm not talking a shart. I mean a pants ruined dump.
Wow.
God, I can't wait for that game Beyond."
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you see? This is what the kid's talking about. This is what Jose's talking about. You hate everything.
It looks like Uncharted.
But it still looked awesome. Like, I saw that. That's the part I saw from E3 behind closed doors that I kept saying I thought was way better than the trailer they showed at E3 with, like, the ship sinking and tumbling around. I thought it was, I think it looks great. Like, that looks so much fun.
That looks awesome. Definitely. It's going to be fun, but I don't
Do you
know.
think, this is what I was talking about with sequelitis for me, where I already expect Uncharted to be great.
Yep.
So when they show something
I
great, I'm
agree.
like, oh, it's great.
Yep.
And I'm just now starting to get really excited for Arkham City because I was like, well, Arkham Asylum is great. This is going to be great, too.
See,
So-
I'm at that point where I've seen enough. I just want to fucking play it.
Yeah, I understand that part.
So the more they release, the more I'm like, come on,
Come on.
What you doing? Stop ruining the game.
give it to
I don't know.
me.
I'll play Uncharted 3, but
Well, thanks for throwing Naughty Dog a bone.
Wow.
I'm not.
I guess I'll play it.
I know what to expect out of those games, so I'm not.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe this one will flip the script. Ryan Clements.
Yes.
James Little writes in to
Nathan Drake
beyond.ign.com
is
with
a
a question
vampire?
for everybody. Nathan Drake is a vampire. That'll be
knew it.
DLC next year, yeah. They'll theme it around, he'll be a leprechaun. They'll theme it around that time of year. If you were locked in a room forever and could only play one game on any console, what game would it be?
Demon Souls.
Oh, man. Locked in a room forever?
Yeah.
Jeez, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's a living hell. What's the game you escape into?
It's
Ryan?
Silent Hill 4, the room. That's
What's
what
that?
it is. It's like Silent Hill 4.
It's like
the
Silent
room.
Hill? Yeah, all right. I could take it.
Or maybe an MMO.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it would need to have something that has significant replay value.
Exactly. I would say, I would go out, I would say something, even though I'm not a big fantasy person, like Skyrim, or if maybe I didn't play all that much New Vegas because it was so screwed up. Something where I know I'm going to get hundreds and hundreds of hours out of, and I can go back and replay it as evil or good.
I'm surprised you haven't said that thing. What's the name of the game you tattooed on your arm?
Dissidia.
There you go.
I mean, I almost feel like I'm going to have a negative association with whatever game I am
Exactly.
eternally
No,
trapped
yeah,
with.
yeah.
And
That's totally trapped.
So I am going to. I would. You know what? Actually, even though I've never been a huge Elder Scrolls fan, I am significantly excited for Skyrim. So
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
yeah, I think I'll just pick Skyrim because then I could live my life out in a little hole somewhere in Skyrim, just be a merchant, sell items and potions.
You have a whole world of possibilities. You want to be a merchant.
Yes, I'll be a merchant. I want to interact with all the people. That's the most amazing thing about retail. You get to see all those consumers go away smiling with their potion.
Wow. Have a nice little potion business.
Yep.
All right. Snapback, do you have an answer?
Ryan's
I-
tonic tinctures and
Tinctures?
totally tastables.
All right, well, I think you should work on the name.
All right.
That's you're not going to be able to get a good Twitter account with that. It's too long.
It's too long.
No, I don't want to.
What about Ryan's tonics?
There's no Twitter in.
Tonically Ryan.
Tonically.
Tonically yours.
Yeah. The Tentacle Brew. That's what I want to hear.
Oh,
Tentacle
that is a
brew.
good one. But it sounds like a brew pub.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there and get some
okay.
food.
I
and
would
drinks.
love to open a pub in Skyrim. Can I do that?
I
Is
think
that a
you
feature?
can.
There's a high overhead on that, though.
There's a full economy system from what I remember at E3. So they didn't actually detail if you can have your own like inn and all that stuff. But
Wouldn't that be awesome if you could just open an inn and run it?
I'm level 1, but I have this level 30 brew pub.
Yeah.
You're making millions of dollars every day.
and I want to play Skyrim now.
Yeah.
That's what I would take. With
That's
me.
what you take?
I got all the achievements because I got it in 360 on the Oblivion. back
Oh,
in the
wow,
day.
really?
Yeah.
Sir, there's a dragon attacking the village. I have a pub to run, okay?
I'm batting down my hatches. All right. David writes in. He says, just recently started listening to the podcast and loving the trophy war between Colin and Greg. With Twilight silliness going on, how's this for a shirt? Team Colin or Team Greg? What do you guys think? He says, sorry, Ryan, but you can have a shirt when you start caring about trophies.
All right.
So you're never getting a shirt, apparently.
No problem.
I think, David, that's a great idea. You should totally make those, but anyone who buys a Team Colin shirt is an idiot. All right. This is just like Twilight. We all know Jacob's going to lose when they do spoilers.
Which one is
The
Jacob?
werewolf. The werewolf does not end up with the girl. The vampire does.
Is it-
But
doesn't
then
he,
the
like-
vampire and the
He's not
girl.
house trained.
I'm spoiling Twilight. The vampire and the girl. The vampire gets the girl pregnant,
All right.
and then she gives birth to the baby.
What a
when-
floozy.
When the baby comes out, Jacob, the werewolf, imprints on her and falls in love with her. She grows faster because she's part vampire.
Okay.
And
I have no idea what's going
also
on.
the vampire has to eat the baby out of the mom's stomach. This is real. I'm not making this up.
Wait. So he has to kill.
There's
the girl?
No. Well, he turns her as a vampire then, but like there's complications with the birth. So like they gotta get the baby out of the tummy as fast as they can.
Okay.
Spoiling both Twilight and how babies are made. Everybody, sorry.
Just do a C-section.
Exactly, but he does it with his teeth because he's a vampire. He's got to go.
Just go to the hospital.
They have no time, Jim. And how are you gonna explain that? How are you gonna explain that when you get to the hospital? This baby's half vampire or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure there's something weird. It glitters in the light.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. How are you gonna explain?
Will you think, Jim?
How are you gonna explain to the cops your baby's coming out all full of
You
glitter and
just give him
shit?
some money. You say you didn't see me.
You didn't see.
Yeah,
you
that
didn't see
always
this
works.
baby, did you? Know? Jonathan writes into beyond@ign.com. He says, "I was listening to podcast 200 lately. Okay, and the question asked to Colin about his different opinions on games made me wonder if you guys think it's better to have a reviewer. If it's better if a reviewer is a known fan of a franchise genre or not. Thanks for reading the question on the air or not. Beyond
Age-old question.
age-old,
And arguments for either, I would say.
of course.
Yeah.
I turned down. I didn't review Infamous 2, of course, because I thought, you know, here's the thing about if we turn down a review, Colin is not reviewing Resistance unless all of a sudden somebody dies or something. You know what I mean? He's not reviewing Resistance 3. I didn't review Infamous 2. It's not. I don't think that we could give those games objective reviews. Totally think we could have given them objective reviews. The question is, I don't want anybody who sees the score on IGN to then be like a negative Nancy about it and say, well, of course it got X number. You know, if you know Ryan if I reviewed Infamous and gave it the same score Colin did, gave it a 9. I don't want somebody to look at that and go, well, of course Greg's a huge Infamous fan. Doc points, blah blah blah. We want people who take a look at the site and know enough about the site, or even if they don't know, we just want you to be able to trust a review from IGN and not worry about that stuff. You know what I mean? In the same vein, I reviewed Ghostbusters, and I think I gave it an accurate score, an 8 flat. That's what Team Xbox gave it, and they weren't huge Ghostbuster fans. Jim's grinning.
I'm just sitting here smiling.
And it's one of those things where I have had plenty of people say stuff to me off the cuff about that I overrated that game because I'm a huge Ghostbuster. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think I did.
Would you trust a review from Dark Souls from me?
But you don't review games.
Okay, well,
that's the thing. No,
let's say-
you voted Demon Souls your game of the year for the past 3 years. No, I would not vote.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like I would. I mean, you want somebody to be versed in it, right? Like it's a slippery slope. You don't want somebody like me who was insane about Infamous, but you don't want somebody who's never played Infamous before. You don't want Colin who can tell you backwards and forwards everything about Resistance, but you want somebody who knows the franchise.
See, on a reader's point of view,
Yeah.
they want a reviewer who can take the game and appreciate like the lore and everything involved, and like The Witcher 2. So like Charles really spent days just reading the journals and getting to know the world around them and stuff. Like they really appreciate that kind of attention to detail into a game, so that they can actually, you know, report on that and say this is why the world in this is superior to anything I've seen in fantasy, you know, RPG.
Yeah.
You know. And there's this other side of people. There's this very small amount of people who look at it and be regardless. They're like, oh, you guys are fanboys, which we should address at the panel.
Oh yeah, of
You know?
course.
So, but I think for the most part, they want a well-educated, you know, reviewer who's interested in jumping into every facet of the game.
Yeah, we just want you to be able to trust our reviews.
And ultimately, and I will throw this controversial bit of information.
Oh
out
my
there.
gosh, controversial information from Ryan Clemency.
There is no completely, like, you know, free of bias review. I mean, we are human beings. We have emotional attachments to things. We're just human. It's not you are not reading a review from a machine that calculates the game. You're just getting someone's opinion.
That's the thing, right?
So.
Like that's what when they scream bias in a comment section, it doesn't make any sense because the review is an opinion. You can't have your opinion is going to be biased in some. You know what I mean? Like there's no.
Your opinion.
Your whole point is to say if you like it or don't like something, which is then the bias.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, like, you know, I shouldn't be the one reviewing whatever the biggest first-person shooter of the year is, right? Because I don't have a library knowledge of it. Like I can play little games here and there and try to review those and stuff. But it's something we think about here at IGN.
I also think it's helpful to have totally fresh blood come in and
New blood.
new blood, and review a game with no knowledge, because sometimes that's what a buyer is going to experience. They see like a fancy cover on the shelf and they're like, oh, this looks like a pretty cool game. I'm going to try this out.
Yeah.
So.
I appreciate you calling me human.
What's that?
I want to appreciate you calling me human and biased.
You're like half human.
Okay.
Half human, half cyborg.
Matt writes in. He says,
would've
I
gone
just
with unicorn.
platinumed Catherine, and the nightmares won't go away. Beyond.
Damn.
Congratulations.
That's tough platinum.
Platinuming Catherine is nothing to sneeze at, brother. Good work.
Do you have to beat it on a higher difficulty or something?
I believe so. Yes.
I think you have to get all the gold.
You have to get all the endings and
Oh,
everything else.
God.
And one run through the highest setting.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I can only play that game once. That's it.
Did you beat it?
I beat it on easy.
Yeah, I stalled that somewhere because I started playing before Comic-Con and I loved it. And then I went to Comic-Con and I came back and then I was like in the middle of a boss puzzle and I was like, I got past down, whatever. I need to get back to it. Anyways, Matt's real question is simple. Will IGN.com ever implement trophy/achievements into the review of games? I'm an avid trophy whore and I often find myself partially judging a game by its trophies. What are your thoughts? Yeah, Matt, there's going to be, it won't be in the official review because we want our reviews just to be basically, hey, here, at a glance, this is what this game's all about. But we're going to spin off stuff and do stuff as far as judging games on their trophies. Yeah. So don't fret. You will figure out what the next Hannah Montana is pretty easily. Yeah. Final question before we get to a couple of listener mail items.
Okay.
I think just one actually, but whatever. This one comes from Flyboy2057, faithful listener since episode 68. Nice. I enjoy that. I like that people can figure out exactly when they started listening.
That's amazing.
Hey guys, awesome. Beyond. I was wondering just about how many Beyond-related emails you gents receive on a weekly basis. Also, have you been able to gauge how popular the podcast has become over the years and the number of emails you receive weekly? Blah, blah, blah. Hope this makes sense and it makes it on the show. Beyond. I did a little math for you, Flyboy2057. This week, between the end, like after the podcast posted on Thursday to Thursday morning, we got 215 emails. That is a lot. They increase exponentially, it seems, as well. Because, yeah, for a long time, it was, and not, I would say
20, like 30 maybe, or?
I think more than, when we first started, for sure.
Yeah.
But then once we crossed into, I don't know, the 60s of the episodes, it seems like we were getting into the 100 area, blah, blah. But, like, now it's really a bear we love to go through and find them all and get the best.
And that's just a small fraction of the Beyond community.
Exactly. How many people listen and never send an email? Yeah. That's totally fine. Keep doing that. But the one thing I ask, make sure people know you like the show. Rate us on iTunes, like we always talk about. Tell your friends to listen. Tweet about us or whatever at IGN or something. Just we have internal numbers, but then
it's always great to get more people.
Is Apple responding correctly? What's happening? We want to make sure everybody knows that we are the best PlayStation podcast out there.
I can say,
or at least the most listened to.
That on the Twitters, Beyond 200 was all over the place.
Yeah, no, you guys really responded to that.
Trending in North America, and it's still popping up every once in a while nowadays. So,
speaking of Beyond 200, Ryan, we had a special guest in the office this past week.
Did you?
Name a Panda Musk.
We did.
Sean Norton?
No, not Sean Norton from Sandbox Strategies. Panda Musk. He is the guy who animated the video, The World is Saved.
Yeah. Along with two other animators.
He did the
Sam
grand
was
majority. Exactly. Yeah, he's the one who's he was the one doing a lot of work.
Yes.
Great artist.
Oh, he's amazing. He's an amazing guy.
He was very excited to run into us. We took him around the office. We recorded a bump for his brother. His brother writes in, "Hey Beyond crew, Beyond. I have a brother who wishes to remain anonymous, but you may know him better by his username Panda Musk. He was heavily involved in the music video to The World is Saved from episode 200, as well as having sent in various artwork to both Beyond and Gamescube. If you need an artwork reference, he's the guy who... This is me, Greg Miller, not the brother. Yeah. He did the Knockin' Boots movie poster, which was fantastic.
Yes.
This is back to the brother now.
Okay.
Greg Miller stuff.
Here we go.
He is without a doubt one of the smartest and most artistic people I know. I hate him because he's so bloody talented, but most of all, I hate him because he met both Greg and Ryan. Panda Musk sent me the video you guys made for me, and I totally geeked out. Thank you, Greg and Ryan, for the video message. It was such a wonderful surprise. If you do read this mail on Beyond, could I please give a shout out to the best brother ever, Panda Musk? Oh, keep Beyond until the end of time, Vincent. Of course you can.
Yes.
Beyond, Panda Musk.
Beyond,
Vincent. Thank you for caring. Thank you for, being so involved in the show. Thank you all for listening and being part of the show. Send your emails to beyond@ign.com.
Yes.
Before I turn it over to Ryan, let's do the housekeeping. Remember, PAX, next week. I forget the dates, but it's next week. Or just Google PAX. If you're going to PAX, you're going to PAX.
Yeah.
It's too late.
August 26th.
All right, August 26th, that's one. The Friday of that week, come to the IGN Don't Hate Us Because We're Beautiful Gamescoop Live podcast from 1:30 to 2:30 in the Serpent Theater. Then come to the GameWorks that night for a party from 6 to 10. Also go to the One Up Oddcast on Friday, the Retronauts podcast on Friday, and then go to Damon's show at Temple Billiards Saturday, 10 o'clock. Also, Gamescom is still finishing up. You have a game that you love. You want to vote for some Uncharted. You hate Uncharted. You want to vote for other games. Great. Go to the IGN People's Choice Awards. Go.ign.com/2011PCA, all lowercase.
There you go.
Remember to rate us on iTunes.
Sorry.
Remember to follow us on Twitter. You can follow us at IGN. You can follow me at GameOverGreggy. You can follow Jim at Jim Reilly. Ryan Clements at Puam Cider. Walter Lopez at Snakpakk. Where are the 2 Ks? I can remember.
At the end.
2 Ks at the end.
At the end.
1 K in the middle. I turned my Facebook page into a fan page, so I don't have to listen to you guys bitch anymore. So go to facebook.com/GameOverGreggy. Follow me there or whatever it is. That's it.
Don't friend me on Facebook anymore. I'm fast approaching the
Just
limit.
do what I did. Just do it.
I should.
Okay.
Except I still want to be able to message my family and actual friends.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But they can call you.
Or there's an option that says use it as a fan page and use it as regular.
You could turn your profile private and make a fan page. There's a whole bunch of things.
That's what I sort of did.
My thing, I was maxed out, right? I had 5,000 friends already, and probably 100 of them were like people like my actual people I have in my phone. So I was like, whatever. I'll go with the majority here, and they can just be. And you're damn right, I'm popular, Jim. Because I don't hate on everything like Jose was telling you do.
I like Dark Souls a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Beyond 202. Yes. Ryan Clements, take me home.
All right, buddy. We have the letter from Ikublai first. Is that okay? It's gonna take. No. Nope. All right. Well.
Ikublai and his igloo can keep wanting.
Dear Beyond Nation, Ikublai here. On behalf of the artists involved, I wanted to take a moment to personally thank the entire Beyond Empire for their continued support of the music video to Danny Wiesner's single The World Is Saved. It is a heart-stirring reminder of what a true community the Beyond Nation is. With your support, Podcast Beyond, you have made princes, not princesses.
You have made princesses of all your boys.
You have made princes of paupers, nearing 250,000 views across YouTube and Newgrounds.
Louise.
The World Is Saved has officially gone viral and is in fact the #2 highest rated video of all time on Newgrounds, which is a flash site.
We saw it there. It's on. Kotaku was reporting on it yesterday.
Yeah, even Kotaku wrote about it. None of this could be possible
Kotaku.
without you guys,
Wait
and
for the
I,
Kotaku.
the humble little Inuit child, am left speechless, blushing and hiding under my seal fur hood. You know, as the end of summer draws near and I begin to prepare my huskies for the upcoming Iditarod, I am struck by a feeling of loss, not unlike the sadness that Danny's song speaks of. In the end, though, I know I am not alone in the Alaskan tundra. I am lifted upon the shoulders of the Beyond community. Again, thank you, everyone. I leave you with something my village leader, Chief Pretty Good-Sized Cloud, once told me. He once said, "Sometimes the fish hook is bare. Sometimes the salmon gets away."
Oh, deep Ikublai.
This is from Ikublai. Ikublai, thank you very much. And yes, go watch that music video if you haven't already.
Time out, Clements. I effed up.
Uh-oh.
We have to redo the whole show.
Okay.
Kidding.
Well, that's going to take a while.
Remember when Yar wrote in?
Yeah.
Yar wrote
Yeah.
in. Gave Kalen the PSP.
Yes.
He included a gift for you.
Oh.
Said, Ryan, I saw this keychain and just had to send it to you. So you read the note and show him the keychain.
All right, wait. Where's the note? Hotter than Catherine.
What is it?
It is a Catherine keychain.
It's a Universal Studios keychain that blinks Catherine.
Let me see.
It blinks? How does it blink?
I don't know. When I pulled it, maybe it was like booting up or something when I pulled it
okay.
up. Maybe it doesn't blink. Anyways, it's a Catherine
Let me see.
keychain.
That's awesome. Man, Yair is so rad. Love that dude. And then you want to end with the song, Greg?
I think so. Remember, we always end with a song
Yeah.
here on Beyond.
Send us your songs to beyond@ign.com, just like Chris did. Chris, we like the video game geeky love songs here on Podcast Beyond. You might remember Danny's 2-player co-op. Well, now we have My Player 2 by Chris, who writes a song that he wrote for his girlfriend for her birthday last week. Made it just for her. It's filled with video game references, etc. Thank you very much, Chris, for a nice little tune. Very much in honor of the previous love tunes we have played on Podcast Beyond before.
Love tunes here on Podcast
I think
Beyond.
Yep. So let's play My Player 2 by Chris, and I think that just about does it for me.
Clements, you'll always be my player too.
You're always meaning me.
He's gonna get some booty for writing a song for her.
Beyond!
Whoa!
Wow.
Beyond.
Plug your controller in the port that's right there next to mine. You can have the bonus points so you can earn the extra life. Carry you to the goal when your health is almost through. In this game of life, you're my player too. We'll quest together, fighting evil, gaining EXP. Random encounters, they don't matter, cause it's you and me. I'll use my antidote if poison's cast on you. In this game of life, you're my player too. And And if you ever fall to a final boss's fierce attack, I'll use my extra quarter and make sure that I bring you back. Or if you ever lose your way not knowing where to go to, I'll go online and find a game walkthrough for you to use. And my life meter is at half whenever we're apart. But now I feel complete since you gave me your piece of heart. This life is spoiler free because it's played with you. You get a 10.0 in my glowing, gleaming game review. Might be the final stage, but I know we will make it through. In this game of life, you're my player too. In this game of life, you're my player